So an immediate start with our push kicks. Inhale, we swap legs, and exhale, lift the knee and kick with the ball of the foot. Keep going with that, using your breath so you can control your energy. You have enough energy for your practice today. So on the exhalation, perhaps blowing the tension out through the mouth when you get a little breathless, but keep breathing. Coming to the back of our mat now and shaking out the tree qigong style. Releasing the tension from the body before tucking the chin and rolling down through your spine, one vertebra at a time. Hang out at the bottom, maybe take hold of your elbows, bend your knees if you need to, and restack your vertebra one at a time, coming to stand. Repeating that, tucking the chin and rolling back down one vertebra at a time. Forward folding, taking hold of your elbows, release the tension off your head, your face, your scalp. Keep breathing. And we're sending the sit bones back and up. Then slowly come back up to stand. Hands support the head and neck here as we lift the top chest, warming up, drawing the belly in, really supporting the neck here by supporting the head. Feel that gorgeous stretch around your shoulder blades before tucking your chin and rolling back down through the spine. Release the tension and then walking your hands out into your downward facing dog. Have a little wiggle, a little rock and roll, lengthening your spine, warming up. Rippling forward into some mountain climbers from plank. Keep going, keep breathing, and then down dog again. So our intervals are quite short. We will probably, most likely, raise our heartbeat, coming into cross body mountain climbers now. So knee goes to opposite elbow and then down dog again. Lengthening your tailbone, backing up in your downward facing dog. Rippling forward into a full or half plank and then plank jacks, stepping or jumping your feet out and back in again. So about 10. Breathing, keeping the upper back in line with the shoulder blades before your down dog. And then ripple forward into your forward and back plank, engaging your abdominal muscles. Again, lovely strong spine. And then knees to the floor, inhale, lengthen, exhale, unfurl. 1 to 3 chaturangas. Really keep that belly engaged. 3 rounds of this. Inhale, send the sit bones back. Exhale, unfurling. And again, your 1 to 3. Resist the floor, push the floor away with your hands actively. Inhale, send your sit bones back. Exhale, rounding up through your vertebra so your upper back stays in line with your spine. And your 1 to 3 chaturangas, elbows in. You're doing great, guys. Keep going. Now this time just one. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, unfurl, full or half plank chaturanga and up dog. My knees are on the floor here, so just warming the spine. Lower your hips, hands under shoulders. Lift the top chest, press into the hands lightly, and draw your navel in, Bhujangasana, lowering back down. This time, lift the top chest, draw the elbows into the side. So back strength here. Press your pelvis and hips forward, lowering back down. Squeeze the heels in towards the buttocks, lift the top chest and the knees. That's our step 2. Drawing your navel in. Lower back down. Step 3 option, take hold of the feet. Stretch the knees away, lift the top chest is the next step, and the final step, press the feet away. So your feet pressing away, lift your shoulders even more, lift the top chest even more. Lowering back down, bringing your elbows under your shoulders, and an ugly plank, rounding up through your spine. So tailbone tucks under, and lowering back down. Step 2 option, we lift our knees, we tuck our toes, and still the ugly plank shape. So fill your low back like there's a string lifting your low back. Keep breathing, blowing the tension out through the mouth. Lowering your hips, lowering your pelvis, hands under shoulders, press back up, full or half up dog. Stretch the front line of the body, breathe. And back to neutral, tucking the toes, downward facing dog. Release the tension. And polar bear push-ups now, so bending the elbows, bringing your head as close to the floor as feels good, and getting that squeeze each time you straighten the arms, pushing the hands into the floor actively. Lowering our knees. Bringing our hands back to our knees. Stretch out your wrists to begin. Before we do some pike press, so press the hands down, rounding through the spine. Lift those sit bones up as high as you can. Now maybe your legs straighten, maybe they don't. This is handstand, press handstand preparation, which we're not going to do today, but we're doing the strengthening work. Keep going. This also really strengthens the abdominal muscles and helps our body work as one unit. I love these kind of moves, even though I know they're very challenging. Look after your wrists if you're doing it. Be mindful, build up to things always. A couple more. So rounding through the spine. Blowing the tension out through the mouth. You might do 5 the first round and then 1 more the next time you come back to the video. Just do your best. Keep going. That's the trick. Find some step. Now walking your hands forward, tucking your toes under, flipping your hands around, and release your wrists again. And bringing the backs of the hands to the floor now. Coming into our Malasana, rolling the wrists, so martial arts style, releasing your wrists. And then changing direction with those wrist rolls. Keep breathing, allow your low back to release. Little break between the strengthening. And coming into Skandasana on one side now. Maybe your heel is on the floor, maybe it's not. Do what you can. Now the step 1 option is you push into the floor to come over to the other side. So you push your hands into the floor. And push your hands into a chair if you can't come to the floor. And now step 2 is not using hands or chair or anything, just using the strength of your quadriceps to move from side to side. So keep moving from side to side, whatever option you are choosing. Keep breathing. It's like body conditioning, this type of movement. We're making everything seem natural to us, even challenging things. Blow the tension out through the mouth now as we come into our side to side lunges. Releasing down the sides of the legs. Find your wide-legged forward fold. You can take hold of the back of your heels if that serves you. Lift your sit bones up. Drop your head down. Enjoy the little breaks in this sequence when they come. Walk your hands up to the top of the mat now. And step back into a plank. Breathe. Rocking your hips from side to side, salsa hips. Our arms are really strong, so make sure your scapula aren't winging. Lowering your knees now into a mid-range push-up position, 1 to 3. Inhale, send your sit bones back. Exhale, unfurling, and 1 to 3 mid-range push-ups again. You can do full push-ups if you're strong enough, but make sure your upper back stays in line with the shoulder blades so you're strengthening. Good work, guys. Keep going. Keep blowing the tension out through the mouth. Keep resisting the floor. Hands back under your shoulders. Full or half plank, full or half chaturanga dandasana, full or half upward facing dog. Option to lift one leg and then the other with the head more neutral. Scoop back. Squeeze your heels in towards your buttocks, elbows in towards the side. And then the option, step 2, of taking hold of the feet for your Dhanurasana. You can lift your knees. And as much as possible, drawing your head back. That will really build strength in your neck. I'm doing my best. I'm training that skill. See me take little breaks. Elbows under the shoulders. And rounding up through your vertebra. Ugly plank. Really round that spine so your abdominal muscles, the front line of the body, is engaged. Lowering back down, optional. Tuck your toes. Round 2 of our ugly plank. Breathe. Blow the tension out through the mouth and lower back to the floor. Hands under shoulders. Full or half up dog. Back to neutral, tucking your toes. Down dog. Try and press the back of the thighs back. So working on hinging at the hips here in our down dog. Now ripple forward again into your full or half plank. Lower one elbow, push up through the same hand, and then lower the other elbow and push up through the same hand. Keep going with that. Make sure there's a squeeze in the back before you even think of pressing into the hands. So get your muscles activated and get the sensation out of your joints. Why? Because we're not trying to damage our joints here. We're trying to build strength in the muscles, and you need to feel that squeeze. There's pushing and there's grit. Sometimes it's a fine line. Now we're coming into our plank again on our forearms. And then pressing back up, down dog. And coming into some lovely burpees. I know you might not like these, but they're so good. This whole body movement. Do what you can. I think of pressing through the feet before I jump. And again, it's still yoga, so that means we're moving as mindfully as possible here. I'm really trying to get some good form in my burpees, and I'm really thinking my way through everything I'm doing, thinking of pressing the floor away with my feet to jump, no matter how tired I am. And I know you might be tired. Step back into your downward facing dog. Stretch your sternum forward. And again, I'm imagining I'm closing that car door with the back of my thighs. For me, that analogy really helps me. Now, lowering our knees, coming into some diamond push-ups, unfurling, 1 to 3. Resist the floor. 2 more rounds of that. Inhale, send the sit bones back. Exhale, unfurl. And 1 to 3 diamond push-ups. Whatever variation you're doing from the toes or knees, make sure your form is really good. That it's still controlled strength building in these sequences. Now I do other exercises and it's a little different, but in this, all controlled. Full or half plank, full or half chaturanga, up dog. Stretch, enjoy. Back to neutral, lifting one leg, a little hold, and then lifting the other to build glute strength and hamstring strength. Elbows under shoulders. Rounding through the spine, your variation of ugly plank. Squeeze your inner thighs together for a little more. Now, coming over onto our side body, and we have the option of pulsing that top leg in a star forearm arm side plank. It's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? And then coming back to our forearm plank in the center, little hold. And then other side with our, I'm not going to try and say it, the pulsing is an option with that star forearm side plank of the top leg. Back to the center again, lower your knees, lower your hips, hands under shoulders, full or half up dog, press the floor away, shoulders draw away from your ears. The pressing of the floor away does that. Now we're lifting one leg and then the other. Tuck the toes, belly lifts you back into a down dog. Make sure you get that belly activating to lift you. It protects the low back. Have a little play around with your down dog. And then lower the elbows all the way down or part way down. Now you'll see I'm lowering them both and then pushing up with one hand and then the other. You can push up with both hands if you're strong enough. I'll probably do that once or twice at least. But otherwise, lower with both elbows and then push up with one and then the other. Get that squeeze in the back. Protect your elbows. Make sure the surface is suitable for you lowering your elbows with as much control as possible. But, you know, it can be helpful to have a softer surface. Keep breathing, keep noticing the breath. It's almost like magic. So coming into your malasana at the back of your mat, it really helps do very challenging things. And we're coming to stand and then back down into our malasana. Mindful movement, remember. So open your knees out over your toes. And if there's pain in your joints, only come part way down and then come to stand. The reason I'm doing this is to activate the quadriceps strongly. Yes, and work on mobility in a very controlled way. But mainly it's for strength in this sequence. So you can come part way down and come back up again. That's all good. You can come part way down and pause for a little. In a very, challenging place for the quadriceps if you want. We're keeping going with that. I might have forgot counting while I was looking at that beautiful, beautiful view. So it's kind of up on a height there. Now we're on our mat with our feet in a wide-legged position. You find your mabu. You can turn your toes out more if you need to, yoga style. And then lift one leg out to the side. You come into your mabu squat again. And then you lift the opposite leg out to the side. Keep going, guys. I really love this sequence at the moment. So flex the foot as you lift it and think of lifting the hip as high as you can up to the sky. So get the squeeze into the side of the glute. Why? Well, it will help with side kicks, but it will really strengthen the side of your glute for balances. For one thing, that's going to help. So it's a real multitasker. We're strengthening the glute of the leg that's supporting us by standing on that leg, but we're also strengthening the other leg. Mabu, hold. Tuck your tailbone under. Make sure your knees are opening out. Come to stand. And now some pulses in those leg lifts. This is challenging, but I really like it. Back to your mabu and other side. Lift the leg and pulses. Use your mind. So get into the side of the glute there. It should feel like a squeeze. Foot to the floor and skandasana. Again, your variation starts somewhere. Feel free to use a chair. We're moving from side to side now. Keep going with that. I'm not pressing into my hands. Sometimes I use my elbow to guide the knee evenly out over the toes. So I'm really training my body mobility wise to move mindfully in and out of Skandasana at the moment. Obviously, if you're not using the hands, this is real quadricep strength. The second step before, just using your hands is to think about how it would feel not to be pushing into your hands, to use your hands more lightly. Now, side to side lunges, release your legs. How do you need to move to train your body for this mobility move? It's not just a mobility move, it is a martial arts pose, challenging one. Now, wide-legged, twist first, one hand behind the buttocks, so we're squeezing around the shoulder. You can take hold of your ankle or foot, harder option. And other side with your variation of the twist, hands behind the opposite buttock, one hand, or take hold of the ankle. But it's not about what it looks like, it is about the squeeze in the muscles. Always remember that. Ask yourself what you're doing. Now, wide-legged forward fold. Crown of the head drops down towards the floor. Allow that blood to go to the face, the jaw, the scalp. Breathe. Walk your hands back up to the front of your mat. Step back. And then our burpees again. I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. You know what I mean? Keep going, keep going. Keep breathing your way through it. Remember, it's yoga. Distract yourself by focusing on the form. I find it funny when I'm teaching. It's so much easier for me to do more because I'm distracted by doing something. And even when I do my own routines, sometimes my mind builds this little thing that I'm tired, and pushing through to the end seems like a challenge. And that's completely mental because it's me that's designed the sequence, right? I can do it. So down dog, just remember that your mind plays tricks on you. And you're like, oh, 2 more, so tired. Are you? You can let go of that thought. Lower your knees to the floor. Fist plank option, hands under the heart. Now, we'll be doing those on furls. 3 rounds of 3. Push your fists down into the floor, resisting. Keep going. You're doing so well. We've only got 10 minutes left, and it's still yoga, so how much work do we have left? How much little bit of releasing that we'll have left as well. So, end of the class is a little bit of stretching. So inhale, lengthen, and exhale, unfurling. 1 to 3. Fist push-ups, your variation. Hands back under the shoulders. Full or half plank, full or half chaturanga. Full or half up dog, belly in. Back to neutral, lift one leg and then the other. Tuck your toes, belly lifts you back into down dog. So it's like you fill the low back in that transition. Really important, there's no sensation there. Why? Again, we don't want to feel anything in our joints. Revolved down dog now while I'm chatting. And change the direction of that. Sometimes it's helpful. Little distraction, music, chatting, etc. It all helps. Lower your knees. And Pilates style hinge. So move your buttocks back. This is like a squat. Buttocks towards the heels. And then kind of come back up. But keep your buttocks behind your knees. Looks like nothing, right? But if you keep your buttocks back, it really will burn into those thighs in a beautiful way, obviously. And now just more traditional hinge. We're leaning back and forward. Keep your spine lovely and long. Your tailbone moving towards your knees, your belly engaged. Blow the tension out through the mouth here. Can you keep the upper back feeling nice? So I'm just demoing. Slightly tucking the tailbone. Now you can reach for one heel and then the other. This is an option for your camel pose, your Ustrasana. breathe. You either probably love back bends or not so much. Coming back up. There's some pose that is challenging for everyone and some pose that is easy for everyone. Coming into your puppy, and you'll notice that. You'll notice someone who's done their first yoga class. Some things they'll find insanely challenging, and other things you can just do them from the beginning. That's kind of how we're designed as humans. Coming out of this, back into your down dog. Walk your hands back towards your feet now. You'll notice I'm still bending the knees, and then unfurling to stand one vertebra at a time. Feet hip distance apart, controlled upper body back bend, supporting the head, and optional release one hand and then the other. So more into stretching and releasing now here, so make sure that feels good for you. We have the option of hands on the buttocks, C-shaping our spine as you lift the top chest up. And then step 3, maybe you walk your hands down the back of your thighs. This should feel easier than down dog if you're doing it. It's all controlled. Back bends are very controlled. The belly squeezes, lifts you back up. It might feel good to draw a circle with your chin, just depending on how your neck feels, and then change directions. I'm using a belt here, absolutely not necessary. It's just one tiny little thing. You can take hold of your big toe instead for Padangusthasana. I just like using a belt. It helps, it does help. It's to keep the spine long. Extend that leg out, use this as a warm-up. Why? Well, how many of these have we done? This is the first one and it's the end of the class, so we don't want the legs to tighten. Change sides, knee in towards the chest. With the belt, we're taking hold of the big toe. You could extend your legs lying on your back if you're really tired, or standing Padangusthasana. Keep your spine long. And we're going to change sides. I have my hand on the inside of the belt now. Extend the leg out in front. Pause, breathe, and optional, sweep the leg out to the side. Can you still breathe and notice? Swap sides with that. Extend the leg out in front. And then maybe we sweep it out to the side. Place your belts. Round 2 of your controlled upper body back bend. You choose hands stay on the buttocks, flattening it down, or walk down your thighs. If you look at my pelvis, you'll notice that it's an upper body back bend. Just don't look at my pelvis while you're back bending, obviously. Now coming into a forward fold here. Salamba Uttanasana. We're going to hang out here for a little. So just make sure you're getting your warm up and cool down in for these kind of quick practices. It is still really important. I love this Salamba Uttanasana. So allowing the weight of your head and your arms just to let the body waterfall down over your legs, to let the sit bones move up and back with a little bit of time and gravity. Walking the hands back out into your down dog, lowering the knees, and coming into your child's pose. Releasing and relaxing the face and jaw.